Okay, friends, we're still talking about cultures. And remember last week we talked about Suki's kimono and Suki's kimono. And a lot of you missed that on the test. So you think about, it said, where did the story take place? A lot of you guys put it in a Japanese city. It did not happen in a Japanese city. She just had a Japanese kimono on. Where did it happen?
In America.
There was a few of you that missed that. Okay? So we're still talking about cultures, but this story that we have this week is going to talk about how different cultures are still in America. So people who have relatives that live in different countries and how they come together and still keep their traditions up in America. All right? So let's take a look at our concept question. You ready to read it together? Here we go. Ready? Read.
What happens when two ways of life come together?
All right, think about that. Because Suki, she brought her Japanese culture to America. Okay, and then everybody was asking her about her kimono. So that was two ways of life coming together. Japanese and American. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. If you look here, here's some pictures. And this is our question of the week. All eyes up here? Okay, here we go. Ready? Read.
How are communities and families similar around the world?
All right, think about your family. And then think about families in Japan. Think about families in Africa. Think about families in Mexico. Just in different places around the world. I want you to think about that, then I want you to talk to your table. How are we the same? How are we similar all the way around the world? We may have different cultures and different things, but how are we similar? Okay? I'm going to give you guys about a minute to chat. Alberto, you come over here and sit with Dylan. Okay, ready? Begin. Alright. How are we similar? We do what? Okay. Okay, holidays. They may celebrate them differently, but we do celebrate holidays. What's going on here? What are you guys talking about? Say what? Okay. Yeah, we are. Do they look the same? Different heads? Okay. Tell me anything. How we celebrate? Okay, celebrate what? You think they have birthdays and different countries? Everybody's born, right? So, all right, come back to me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I heard some really good talking with our festivals, celebrations. Think about it, they have mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, but we are different. So we're going to talk about some different things and cultures today. All right, the story that I'm going to read to you is called Under Our Skin. And guys, our skill this week is facts and opinions. Remember the week before last, we did facts and opinions? Well, we're going to touch on it again today. All right, so you guys listen to this story and take a look at our concept web. Cultural similarities. That means how are our cultures similar? Okay, fitting in. How do we fit in? Our life at home. And then languages, okay? So I need your ears to pay attention, to listen to Under Our Skin. Okay? Everybody sitting up? Bright and early? Monday morning. Here we go. I was born in an area of China in the southern tip, pretty close to Hong Kong. I don't have any brothers or sisters. You're only supposed to have one child in China. I've been in America about 4 years and am now in middle school. I like to play softball, volleyball, and other sports. I play the piano too, and I'm going to be taking clarinet. Bach's my favorite composer. I like to collect stamps. I have a collection of Chinese stamps because sometimes we get mail from China. When I get home from school, I have to do homework. All right. Afterwards, I like to curl up in my bedroom and read. Look, I love mysteries. Sometimes I like ghost stories. I can't read in Chinese though. Okay. I have this special book that my mom teaches me out of, and I am memorizing characters. You remember in Chinese they write in characters. I know probably 100. You need to know about 2,000 characters just to read the newspaper. My mom is learning English. So we speak both English and Chinese at home. Sometimes I say everything in Chinese except for one word. because I can't think of it right then. I speak English more than I speak Chinese because I'm at school more than I am at home. It's different being Chinese. I feel special. We get to use chopsticks when we eat. We don't use knives and forks. It gives me privileges too. I go to special things that are Chinese, like the Chinese New Year, which they just had not too long ago, guys. Or special holidays. And sometimes I get to dress in special clothes, kind of like Suki. And I get to visit a place like Beijing. Okay, and that is really, really big. I think of myself more as American than Chinese, though. I used to use my Chinese name, Ying, but sometimes I was teased about it. I tried to just either ignore them or I'd say to them, I bet if you went to China, people would tease you about your name. And it would seem different. Maybe then they'd find out how bad teasing really is. And we know that teasing is not good. Okay? But then I thought, Jenny sounds sort of like Yini. If I was Jenny, nobody would tease me. So now when people ask, I say my name is Jenny. Some people just don't accept you for who you are. And that goes back to our story from last week. Since you don't look like them, they think you don't belong with them. Like you're different on the inside. I'll look Chinese and I might have an accent. Some people make fun of others because they have an accent. I think that's unfair. You guys agree?
Yes.
Why would they think if everyone were trying to speak and they had a little accent? Would they want everybody to laugh at them like they laugh? Everybody's personality is different. You all have different personality. The way they think is different and their culture is different. But just because they look different on the outside, they are still human beings. You just have to respect other people's rights. If you see someone who is really different, you should try to be friends. They might be really interesting. It might open you up to a whole new world. Okay. I have a lot of American friends, but also friends who have different backgrounds. I have a best friend who's from England. Her name is Rose. I have friends from Nepal, Mexico, and Russia. And I even have a friend from Pakistan. She dresses in her culture's clothes almost every single day. She tells me about her country and her different holidays. And I like meeting people from different countries. I accept them for who they are. All right, and think about that, the Black History program from last week when I talked about all the differences and how we're still the same on the inside, even though we look differently. And we should all treat everyone the same. All right, now let's go look at some vocabulary words, and we're going to see where should we put them on our concept map. Okay?
What is English?
I haven't even asked you a question yet. Thank you. Calm down. Here we go. Characters. Now, I'm not talking about a character in a book. I'm talking about a character in the movies. What do you think I'm talking about?
A Chinese character.
Okay, because that's the language they speak, and they write in characters. Huh? Like right here. These aren't letters. These are characters. You've probably seen these before.
They're like Chinese.
They're characters. But think about their characters. This right here means like it's a whole word. It's not separate letters.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
Okay. So, one character represents the whole word?
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Characters. Read this with me. Letters, numbers, marks, or signs. Okay, you think about the keyboard. Those are characters too. Okay? All right. I'm memorizing the characters. All right, let's look at characters. Don't say it out loud yet. I want you to lock it in. All right? Would that go under fitting in, home life, or languages? Lock it in for me. All right, on the count of three, where would characters go? 1, 2, 3.
Languages.
Languages. So I'm going to put characters.
Can it be home life?
Explain why.
Because that's what the Chinese people use in their home life.
All right, do you guys agree? Can I put it
Yes.
there? I agree. Thank you. Good,
I was thinking of home
good
life
justification, Anthony. So I can put characters right here too, because that is what they speak in their home life. All right, our next word is going to be accept. Okay? And accept means to take what is offered or given to you. If I give you something, you accept it. Okay? All right? Some people people just don't
Accept.
you for who you are. So let's look at accept. Home life, fitting in, or languages. Think about that. Accept. Okay? And remember, we're all different, but we want to be accepted. So lock that in for me. Got it locked in? All right. One lock is good enough for me.